I'm making coffee. You want coffee? Anybody want coffee? I'm making coffee.
We always do this like 12 times, but that's cool because we're gonna get it. Hey y'all, welcome back to another Coffee with Crystal. It has been some time, but we back. I wanted to bring a series to you about tracking macros. And so I've received a lot of questions recently and then over the years about tracking macros. And so I think it's something that people are always really curious about, especially if you're just getting started in the gym. I'll be sharing 3 helpful tips and tools to help you get started and determine whether or not you want to track your macros. Get yourself a scale. The scale is gonna be your sidekick in all of this. So this scale is the Greater Goods brand. I bought this at Bed Bath & Beyond. This is my second one that I've had. Oh no, yeah, those Greater Goods is called Perfect Portions. I bought this at Bed Bath & Beyond. I think it was like $40 and then you get like the 20% off on it. This is my ride or die. Like, I've had this forever. I've used generic food scales in the past, but I kind of like this one. It has a coded system, so you can input like a code for a particular food and it'll tell you what the calories are on it. You don't necessarily need to get this one. You can use like the grams and then input it into an app, which we'll talk about in a moment. I don't think you need to carry a scale around with you unless you're in like a contest prep. Prep your meals in advance. Learn how to kind of eyeball certain things, because if you do want to make this like a lifestyle sort of change, if you're out to eat, you're with family, you're with friends, you don't need to lug around this. Get a good idea of how to eyeball certain portions, so that way if you are on the go, you don't necessarily have to carry your scale with you. It becomes honestly like a skill. You like, this is 3 ounces of chicken, precisely. When you go out to eat, it's not going to be exact, but you have to start to learn how to gauge what's on the plate. Get an app that you find intuitive to use. There are tons out there, fitness food trackers. I've used a few in the past, but my ride or die is MyFitnessPal. I have used MyFitnessPal to see when I created my account. It definitely was a long time ago. Let's see my profile. Oof. 2011, there was a gap. So 2011, I was in high school. What was I doing on MyFitnessPal in high school? Okay. But that's pretty cool to see because you get to see your progress. Anyway, I started actively being consistent on MyFitnessPal July 2014. So yeah, it sounds about right when I started tracking. And as you can see here, hopefully it shows up on the screen. I'll do a screen recording, but you can kind of see my weight changes. And then I could also go back and kind of see all the food I've eaten in that time. So find an app that you really do find intuitive to use and make an account. They do have too much coffee.
Who wants coffee? I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee?
MyFitnessPal has a free account. They also have like updated subscriptions. You won't need that. The good thing about MyFitnessPal is the database for food is very, very large. So for example, if let's say I'm out eating and it's a chain restaurant, I want to look up my meal, I'm able to find it and kind of estimate. Before you get started with tracking, I will say, I think it's most important to kind of determine where your maintenance is. I do say that because there are a ton of macronutrient tracker calculators online, and you'll put in like your height, your weight, your activity level, and it'll spit out a random number, and you put your goal. So I'm 5'7", I'm 140 pounds, I want to lose 5 pounds, and I have a moderate activity level. 1,000 calories. Not true. Everybody's maintenance and activity level is different. It also depends on the day, right? Like some days I walk like 12,000 steps, and then the next day I'm walking 5,000. So it varies person to person. What I would recommend is first taking a week to log your food. You don't necessarily have to use the app. You can use like a notes app on your phone and just write down your meals for the day. You could start with the scale. You can start weighing out what you're putting into your pre-prep meals, or kind of write them down just as you go, and then at the end of the day track it. That's my recommendation to do the first week. And with that, take your weight and your measurements each day if possible. Some people are triggered by the scale, and that's totally understandable. So if you don't feel comfortable weighing yourself every day to get a weekly average of your weight, then don't do that. You can kind of go based on progress photos to see where you are, but the most accurate way of kind of determining what you're intaking for the week is your maintenance, deficit, or a surplus is by taking your weight. Let's say you were eating at a maintenance for that week and your goal is to lose some body fat. I would not say to immediately take off 400, 500 calories. You can continue to eat at that maintenance and maybe increase your activity level. So let's say you want to add an extra 20 minutes of cardio, extra walk for the day, or if that's not feasible, if it doesn't fit your schedule, you can adjust your calories. I would recommend maybe dropping like 150 calories from there and slowly decreasing. You will notice changes, especially if you do increase your activity and have some consistent meals. If your weight increased with those average calories, then you were eating in a surplus, and so depending on your goals, you would adjust where necessary. So the next video, I hope y'all come back for that. Focus on the levels of importance when it comes to nutrition, and tracking macros, while it is an important piece, it is not the end all be all. So I hope to see you back for that video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you then. Peace.